For a student like you, distance learning poses many challenges. Learning all by yourself in this time of pandemic is not easy. But cheer up, young minds, for your learning buddies are here to make learning outcomes rewarding for you. Dare to discover, learn, and be more competent as we sail together in the world of education. Join us in refining your skills to reach your full potentials as a learner here at Learning Today. What's your learning today? Aha! Monitor your learning today.
Oops, time check. It's now 14 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock in the morning. Hello, good morning to all of you, all our Flambeau movers, to all our students, our relatives, our clan, however you want to call it. Welcome to Flambeau Radio 99.9 MHz in your radio dial with Facebook Live simulcast. Today is March 2, 2022. It's second day of March. And I know that we are moving towards the completion of our second semester. But hey, I know that you are still excited to learn with us. So let's have this learning episode today and shout out greetings to all our students here. We are expecting 40, right, Ma'am Jov? 40 students. That's a combined number for humanities and social sciences plus the technical vocational livelihood track and the STEM. But still on our live simulcast, we have 112 students joining us today. But we just don't know. I know that the other students are also tuned in over the radio. But for the meantime, we did not switch on our radio because we're still troubleshooting our transmitter. But so for the rest of you who are not able to catch up for today's lesson, this is recorded so you can just go back and watch it yourself. Okay, let me acknowledge our students from Section Comp. Section Weber is also in the house. Section Marx, also Section Aquinas, Section Newton, Section Love, Section Fortitude, Faith, Confucius. All of those are the sections that I have noted down. We're still looking for the others, such as the sections coming from humility, prudence, patience, hope, peace, and empathy. That's a lot. 6 sections. We're still waiting for you to join. So shout out to all the advisors. Please help us contact your advisory class so that they can also join our learning episode for today. Regular students? Irregular. Medyo may sira ata padinig ko. According to my body teacher who's also here, let's welcome Sir Sunny Mark Cabang. So all the irregular students are also joining us today. Welcome for our third week in our English and academic, English for academic and professional purposes subject. So, I am, nag-ground ako dun, Okay, I am, what am I about to say? Nawala tuloy ako sa sirkulasyon. Alright. Sige, let's get started. In the previous learning episodes we have covered, we had a tour, a familiarization of what is academic writing. We also got to know the characteristics. I know you can still remember those, and I'm expecting you that you have a notebook with you where you jot down all the important concepts or lessons that we have learned together. Meanwhile, during the second week, it was Sir Sunny Kabang who seated here as your radio teacher, and we took up together, I was with him, on text structure. So, just a rundown or review of our activity, of our lesson previously. We took up the different patterns of organization, or we call it text structure. It's important that we are familiar to this text structure types. Whenever we read, if we are aware of it, then we would be able to understand easily the text that we are reading. And we can gather the information faster. So these are the cause and effect, chronological, compare and contrast, order of importance, problem and solution, sequence or process writing, and spatial or descriptive writing. So in today's lessons, our concentration is to use various techniques in summarizing a variety of academic texts. Have you already mastered the skill on summarizing? We teachers usually ask that to our students, no? And we found out that still many others are finding difficulty to summarize a certain text or a certain academic writing, for instance. So today, we will learn together how to do summarizing. So I will lay down some strategies for you to be able to get help whenever you need to summarize. Because in academic writing, you need to summarize, to be able to summarize a certain text that you have read. Alright, can you give me a thumbs up there if you're ready, if you're seated in a comfortable place? With you are your modules and you're ready to get started learning with me. Just give me a thumbs up, please. Thank you. Alright, Alright. There's a technicality problem here. But since our technical engineer here is really fast, mabilis niyang nasusolusyonan ng mga bagay-bagay na ganyan. Thank you, Sir Ariel. Alright, so that signals me to begin with our lesson for today. Now, this activity, the first activity that I'm going to give you is devoted to practice the skill on summarizing. Okay? I am sure that this is not your first time to come across the subject. It's not. It's the topic summarizing. In fact, you have been learning this through time from elementary to high school and now as a senior high school student. So, if you have already gained this, then it's good for you. But you still need to polish that. For those who need to polish their skill, then this is a good avenue to master the skill in summarizing. So what I'm going to do is to read, okay, read a certain text. You listen to this text, and I'm going to ask you later on what is all about the text. Let's see if you can point out the main idea from the text that I'm going to read. Okay? Here we go. The idea that women are not equal to men has been a prevailing common theme in literature since the beginning of time. Like their predecessors, Renaissance writers staunchly laid down the tenet that women were less valuable throughout the pages of effusive literary writings, where women are alternately idolized as virtuous or shunned as harlots. One man proved to be a glaring contradiction to this falsity. That man was William Shakespeare, and he had the courage in those turbulent days to recognize the value and equality of women. His portrayal of women differed than that of many of his contemporaries during the Renaissance era. Okay, did you get that, class? Actually, that is found in your module. So, if you have already read ahead of time your module, you are familiar to this text that I am reading to you. Now, the question, what is the main idea that you can get from the text that I have read to you? Okay, to help you with that, we're going to pause for a break. Okay, and Sir Ariel will help me here, give you an important infomercial.
Have you finished your modules yet, Jenny? I am trying to complete my EAPP module, Mom. I noticed that part of my module in all my subjects is the presence of reflection. My advisor always reminds me, though, to accomplish it no matter what. Why is that? Jenny, reflection is a powerful tool to have better learning experiences. Really, Mom? How? Doing reflection in learning is a way of allowing learners like you to step back from your learning experience, helping you to develop critical thinking skills and improve on future performance by analyzing what you have learned and how far have you reached. So, Mom, when I reflect on my learning experiences, I am given the opportunity to share my accomplishments, struggles, and moments of confusion, and that makes me more directed what to do next because I know my personal strengths and I am aware of what to focus on with my learning. In that way, my teachers will also know of the things their students need more in instruction. You got it, Jenny. Wow, not just that, Mom. I realized that doing reflection means I am in charge of my learning, and that makes me getting better each day as a student. That's my girl. A friendly reminder from the Department of Education and this station.
Synchronize your time. It's now 26 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so you can still follow, class, because you can still follow. And I am just happy to see your answers. There are two answers here, and the first one that I have seen is from Rudilyn Antonio Piscador. I think this is from, is it that? I know, it's from Mary Rose Pintukan. Mary Rose Pintukan is a student of Mr. Ariel Alvaro here, our technical engineer. And I'd like to read the answer. According to Mary Rose Pintukan, this is the main idea extracted from the text that I have read to you. And this is correct. Although most Renaissance writers propagated the belief that women were not equal with men, Shakespeare's writing portrayed women as men's equal. Okay, you are right there, class. Okay, I also have seen other answers that are similar. I'm not going to read them all, but congratulations to all your answers, Sir Sunny and Sir Jovelyn. Ma'am Jovelyn is going to take charge of all your answers, class. Okay, so that we can devote the rest of the time for the completion of our Learning Today episode in our subject. Okay, let me just remind everybody that we are celebrating Women's Month this month, March. And the example I have given to you, abay talagang tumugma naman sa pagdiriwang natin ng National Women's Month. And at the same time, alongside with that, we're also celebrating Fire Prevention Month in the month of March. Okay, so salute to all the women out there, and I am one with them. Okay, sige. So, let us continue now. Okay, that is amazing, class, because you still have not forgotten your basic lesson on summarizing. So as we progress in our discussion later, we will expand your learning on this. Before that, let's answer the next question. This question I'm going to post, okay? I want your intelligent reasoning this time. Why should you learn the skill of summarizing? What is the importance of learning the skill in summarizing? In 1 or 2 sentences, kindly send me your answer via chat box so we can have an interactive discussion. Have already come in, and let us see. Let me read to you your answers from Flynn Neri Carnate, Minor. What section are you? Alright, from 11 Aquinas. Summarizing teaches students how to discern the most important ideas in text. How to ignore irrelevant information. Correct, Miss ba to? Flynn Neri? Very good, Miss Flynn. You make sense today. I love your answer. From Miss Janelle Bianca Aguilar, so that we can understand it more simple and not being complicated. Ano ba to? Relationship? What you're trying to say, Miss Janelle, is to simplify. To break down the complexity of what you're reading. So when you do summarizing, you can simplify your understanding based from what you read. Correct naman yan. And the answer of Mr. Sander. Oh, Mr. Cantes, I miss you na. What happened to you? The answer of Mr. Cantes, the skill of summarizing is important in order to give the important details only in a lengthy paragraph or statement, which will save time and effort. Love it! Okay, so yun, nakuha ko naman na yung gusto kong sagot. For the rest of you who answered, thank you and congratulations for sharing your thoughts. Sir Sunny and Ma'am Jovelyn, I'm still waiting for them to put hearts on your answers, but I don't see it. That's why I'm trying to do double tasking here. Nagla-like ako and at the same time nagre-read yung explanation here. I hope they will help me. Okay, sige. So let's move on. Oh, well, the bottom line there is summarizing. Tama naman kayo doon. So what are the benefits of summarizing? Well, Number 1, summarizing teaches students on how to discern the most important ideas in the text, okay, which was mentioned already by Flynn. Oh, nagbasa ng advanced si Flynn, alam niya yung laman ng kanyang module. Okay, number 2, summarizing teaches you how to integrate the central ideas in a meaningful way. Alright, correct naman yun. And number 3, learning to summarize improves one's memory for what is read. You can tell class, let's say you have read a text. Okay? You did a reading. And then when you can you can express your understanding through a summary based from your own words, then you have understood the text that you have read. If you cannot do that, malamang sa malamang, hindi nyo naintindihan yung binasa nyo. So that's the beauty of summarizing. Okay? And finally, number 4, summarization strategies can be used in almost every content area. So this is not only important in the subject of English and academic for professional purposes class. No. Summarizing is applicable to all or across all learning areas. So whether you are studying social science subjects, English subjects, science subjects, Filipino subjects, mathematics subjects, whatever that is, summarizing is still important because you need to summarize what you have read or what you have learned. Diba? That's the way where you can evaluate whether you have captured the most essential part of the lesson or not. So you see how useful summarizing is. So this time onwards, befriend summarizing because it's a good company. Okay, don't you think, class? Okay, do you have any questions or reactions so far? I appreciate if you send them now so we can address them. And then we will move on to the activities after your questions. So let's have an infomercial gap this time. Stay tuned, class.
Hi Maria! Are you done with our narrative essay in reading and writing?
No, Julia, I don't think I can make one.
Huh? But why? Were you present in our online class when our teacher discussed it?
Yes, I was.
Then why can't you make the activity?
You see, Julia, I am not good in English. It's very difficult for me to understand the language.
Did you tell our teacher about it?
No, I'm shy to tell her that I'm having a hard time.
Maria, you need to be honest. Our teacher kept on reminding us that we can send personal messages to her if we cannot understand the lessons clearly. She won't get mad, I assure you. She just wants us to be honest enough so that she'll know what to do.
You think so?
Yes, of course. That's what I did. I was able to make the activity because our teacher helped me understand the lesson. As a matter of fact, she delightedly answered all my questions.
Really? But I think I still can't.
Why are you saying you can't? Did you even try?
No.
Then try it first before saying you can't do it. Believe in yourself, Maria, because our teachers believe in us so much.
You're right, Julia. I think I should try it first before saying that it's difficult. And I also think that I should not feel scared to approach our teacher. After all, no one will help me but her. Thank you so much, Julia.
You're always welcome, Maria. But don't forget, I am also here to help you. What are friends for, right?
Thank you so much, Julia. I am so lucky to have you.
Remember, Isatians, trying is way better than quitting. A friendly reminder from Isat Radio.
Synchronize your time. It's now 37 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, I don't see any question there. So let's proceed now with our discussion. This time, let us focus on the concepts of summarizing, class. So even if we have learned this in the past, just for the record, we We have learned many times that a summary is a short review of an entire discussion or argument. For example, you might summarize a whole research paper or conversation in a single paragraph or with a series of bullet points using your own words and style. Do you do that, class? When I was like you, I do that. When I do summarizing, I just use you can do the bullet style. Bullet style. So, you can put an asterisk or a bullet point where you can write down the most essential points from what you have listened to, from what you have read. In fact, you can do summarizing every time we do RBI learning episode. And take note that when you do summarizing, you need to use your own words and your own style. People often summarize when the original material is long. O nga no, kung halimbawa 10 pages yan, for you to be able to capture the essence, you need to summarize or to emphasize key facts or points. Take note that summaries leave out details or examples that may distract the reader from the most important point or information. And they simplify complex arguments, grammar, and vocabulary. Okay, now let's proceed to the steps in summarizing a text or speech. So how do we do summarizing? For the rest of you or for all of you, it might be a review, but it's nice to review to refresh us on the important steps of summarizing. Number 1 is to get a general idea of the original, just like what you did earlier in the first preliminary activity. The first sentence or 2 of your summary should contain the author's central concept, stated in your own words, class. This only means that after reading the text, you should be able to point out what is the controlling idea of the text and state it using your own words. Okay, did you get that? Number 1 step. First step. The second step, class, is to check your understanding. Okay? Check your understanding. When summarizing a longer article, try to see how the various stages in the explanation or argument are built up in groups of related paragraphs. What do I mean by this? This applies when the text or the academic text that you are summarizing is very long. Okay, so you are going to look into the relationship of one paragraph to the next until you reach the end part of the academic text. This step applies when the article is long, like I said, that is consisting of many paragraphs. Thank you. In this case, determine how these ideas develop and contribute to the central idea. Okay? For you to be enlightened on the steps of summarizing, there will be activities later to be laid down to you. Para naman naiintindihan yung sinasabi ni Miss Bayukan, masyado kasing scholarly ang subject na EAPP. Nakaka-stroke pag hindi ka gumagalaw. Okay, masyadong scholarly itong ating subject. Anyways, sige. So like I said, there will be an activity later. So, chill-chill lang muna tayo. Number 3, class, is to make notes. Okay, make notes. Omit ideas that are not really central to the text. I believe this is easy to understand. So, you always start from the general idea. What is all about that what's all about the academic text that you have read? And then if the academic text is long enough, that means it consists of like 10 paragraphs or 10 pages perhaps, then you look into what is being exemplified in each paragraph that has a connection to the general idea. Okay, class? I hope I made myself clear there. That's number 4. So let's move to number 5. Then after that, it's important that you need to check your work. Check your work. Why? Because be careful not to plagiarize the author's words. Marami ata tayong estudyanteng ganito, copy-paste, nawiwili na sa pagka-copy-paste. Binabanggit ko ito kasi that should not be the norm. Dapat you don't consider that as normal class because you can be sued for the case on plagiarism, copying someone's work and then owning it as your own. But in fact, you had just copied it from the internet. That's not good. That's why there is this skill on summarizing. It's not easy to do, but you will not be plagiarized. Okay? Sige, let me continue. If you do use even a few of the author's words, pagka ginamit nyo yun, you must appear in a quotation marks. Kasi nga, salita nun, those are the words of the author and those are not yours. So you have to put a quotation marks. It's a pair. Quotation marks, okay? Okay, so plagiarism is copying one's work, like I said, and claiming it to be yours. That's cheating. That's a form of cheating, class, and it's against the law. And you can be charged with it. So, what is the antidote to plagiarism? Ano ba ang gamot dyan sa plagiarism na yan? So, let's avoid plagiarism by doing this skill, summarizing. So, try writing the first draft of your summary without looking back at the original text. Can you do that? So, pag nabasa mo yun, abay, wag mo nang tingnan muna yun when you do the summary, when you write the summary of that text. Okay? So, set aside the academic paper and then you write your own summary using your own words to check whether you have captured or not the most essential points from the academic paper that you have just read. And finally, number 6, seek permission from any copyrighted material that you use. Cite them properly, acknowledge them. Hindi naman nakakamatay kung i-acknowledge mo yung source na pinagkuhanan mo, di ba? Halimbawa, kinuha mo siya sa internet o anong source mo doon, sinong author, ba? Or pwede yung URL na pinagkuhanan mo. Okay. In that way, napapractice mo yung tinatawag nating, we call it, anti-plagiarism, di ba? Because you're acknowledging the source. You're telling that you have taken that from the original source. You have just cited. Okay? So, those are the truly practical tips in summarizing. Okay, are you learning so far? Maraming heart dyan na pumipindot. At lumulutang-lutang sa aking chat box. Sabi nila, love daw nila yung EAPP subject. Yung totoo, baka ma-stroke na kayo niyan. Okay, sige. So, your engagement, class, is very admirable so far. Let us see when you do the activity. Tingnan natin. Okay. So, they say that knowledge is power only when it is applied. Kahit alam mo naman yung kaalaman na yan, kung hindi mo naman ginagawa, abay, sayang naman yan. dun sa sa gap na yun ha. Kasi sabi nila, lalaki daw yung boses ko sa ere. Totoo ba? Kindly give us a feedback kung male voice ang prino-project ko. Sige, bigyan niyo po kami ng comment kasi the manager here, Ma'am Jovi, along with the technical people here, the technical team, is working on with the voice quality that I am putting out there. Ganun pa din? Lalaki pa din yung boses ko? Totoo ba ito, Miss Roxanne, Mary Rose, April Tamayo? Okay naman daw. So, boses ko ba itong naririnig nyo? Sabi kasi nila, baka mag-transform na sa Miss Bayukan, ma-transgender na siya. Uminom ng, ano ba yung hormone na pang lalaki? Testosterone ba yan? So, papa-male hormone na lang tayo. Okay, sige, ituloy na natin ang ating pag-aaral. Now, let's put our learning to something useful, class. It's time to use various techniques in summarizing a variety of academic texts in 5-stage exploration, I should say. Stage 1 is load. Begin with activity 1 with main ideas. Let us see if you can extract. There are 3 academic texts there, but the first one was already laid down to you in the preliminary activity, so you just have 2 activities to accomplish. Okay? For that load stage. Okay, so you have choices there, A, B, or C. Okay, send me your answers after you have done that. So for the meantime, we're going to pause for a short break. And then quick break, 1-minute break. And then when we return, send us your answers and let us see if you can follow the lesson on summarizing.
Ang pagbasa ay mahalaga sa buhay ng bawat isa. Unawain ang binabasa, buhay natin ay sisila. O halina tayo'y magbasa, uraliin at maging bihasa, palawakin at pagyamanin upang makamit ang mithiin.
May pag-asa sa pagbasa, ang unang hakbang sa pagtamo ng karunungan. Nakapagpapayaman at nakapagpapalawak ng kaalaman, nahuhubog ang kaisipan at paninindigan. Halina't magbasa!
Ang pagbasa ay mahalaga sa buhay ng bawat isa, palawakin at pagyamanin upang makamit ang mithiin,
Ito'y hatid sa inyo ng 99.9 Isa Radio.
Okay, time check, 51 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock in the morning. And I already have an answer from Cyril Diaz Frogoso on item number 2. So what is the main idea here? For item number 2, you are correct, dear. Tama ba siya? Social movements can disrupt society's peace, but only momentarily. Correct. Okay, so si Cyril lang ang may sagot. What about the rest? Okay, sige. Nandito yung ano ba to? Japanese ba to? Korean ba to? Chinese ba ito? Naku naman, si Arman. Buti na lang kilala ko yung kanyang profile pic. Sabi niya, okay, you are correct. Letter A. Social movements can disrupt society's peace, but only momentarily. Right? Okay, let's proceed to the next item. Okay, it talks about digital divide. Alam niyo ba yung digital divide, class? Is it not that we are now in a digital community or digital world? Diba? High-tech na tayo ngayon. But unfortunately, not all the countries in the world have a strong internet connectivity. Parang tayo lang, di ba? Minsan nag-fluctuate, may glitches. Okay, let's talk about this. So what is the answer for digital divide? Sabi ni Xander, the digital divide is not an easily solved economic issue as it may seem at first, but rather a social issue and one that is merely a glimpse into the bigger of social inequality, into a bigger. Ano nun sa? Digital divide is not an easily solved economic issue as it may seem at first, but rather a social issue and one that is merely a glimpse into a bigger picture of inequality. Totoo naman, di ba? Or kasi kung the richer the country, well, mas malakas naman ang kanilang pagka-high-tech, di ba? Whereas kapag how do you call it? Yung not so rich countries, ayun, developmental countries bang tawag doon? Developing countries, ano ba yan? Developing countries, like Philippines, so, diba? Kaya we experience that glitch in the use of the internet, digital divide. Okay, good job class. So let's move on to the next. Moving on to the next stage, exploration, that is engaged. So after being able to find the main ideas, it's time to distinguish significant supporting details. Remember, when you do a summary, there's a general idea, and under that are the supporting information or supporting details that would support the central idea or the general idea. So here now, in the next activity, that's to test whether you can locate the supporting ideas. Do that, class. So here is the activity that will sharpen your ability to decide whether evidence truly supports a point. Put a check next to the one item that logically supports the point. For this, you are given maybe 2 minutes to accomplish the task. Madali lang naman ito. Okay? Okay, answers have already come in. Okay, let us check your answers now, class. So how did you go to this activity? Let us see if you did fare well enough. Okay. For item number 1, the main idea is high school proms should be banned. Okay, you're correct, class. What significant supporting details back up the point? Yes, it is letter A. Proms pressure students to spend a ridiculous amount of money on gowns, tuxes, flowers, and even limos. Wala naman tayong limos, no? Cars na lang. Prom preparations distract students for many weeks from the real business of school, which is education. In addition, the social pressure to get a date for the prom makes many people miserable. Okay, now for item 2, the answer is letter B. Okay, way to go, guys. You're correct. Okay, now, we are moving on to the third stage exploration, which which is advanced. So what you will do here is to read the paragraphs. I know you have read this in advance. So each consists of a stated main idea and several details. Since there's more than one detail, you will select more than one answer for the first question. The second question asks you the purpose of the details in the paragraph, such as explanation. Remember the topic of Sir Sunny then, the text structure. Explanation, description, examples, and others. Okay? Sige, I'll give you this short infomercial break, and when we return, I expect that you will provide us the answer for interactive discussion.
Jana, what is taking you so long? Let's go. Wait, Mom, I'm still looking for something to wear. What? Didn't you prepare your clothes yesterday? Yeah, but I don't feel like wearing this today. I have tried on many clothes, but I just can't find a piece that I'm comfortable wearing. And Mom, I also want something that is Instagrammable, you know. You know, Jana, in choosing the garment to wear, you have to consider your body shape, your height, and even the shape of your face. Really? Yes, there are different body shapes, right? Like round, oval, hourglass, square, triangle, and inverted triangle. You just have to identify yours to know what to wear. Oh. And there are different shapes of face. These are round, oval, square, diamond, and heart. Identifying your face shape will help you in choosing garment's neckline that suits you. So, Mom, if I got a square face, what should I wear? Wear clothes with round and V necklines. How about a round face? For round face, you should avoid round necklines. Use clothes with V necklines instead. Okay. Then what is suited for me, Mom? For you? Let's see. You got an oval-shaped face. You know, that is the most sought-after shape among designers because it suits any type of garment necklines. Really? Wow! How come that you know all those things, Mom? Oh, Jana, darling, you still have a lot to know. I learned that in my dressmaking class when I was in high school. Okay. But do you know what's best to wear? It's confidence. As you consider those rules, take your confidence with you always. Oh, interesting. I think I'm gonna like that subject where you learned that from. I wanna know more, Mom. Sure, but for now, hurry up because we are getting late. Come on. All right, Mom. This is brought to you by 99.9 Flambeau Radio.
Okay, synchronize your time. It's now 1 minute past the hour of 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay, answers have already come in, and let us see whether you have gotten the right answer. But I can probably tell that the answers are right there. So let's discuss it. Okay, the topic for the first paragraph is millennials. You are that, millennials. The correct answer for item number 1, the supporting details are B, they gravitate toward group activities. Letter C, they spend more time doing homework and housework and less time watching TV. And letter D, they're fascinated by new technologies. The purpose of the major details in this paragraph is to give, okay, the answer is letter B, characteristics of millennials. Okay, you're right, class. Good. Now let's proceed to the next, passage 2. The topic here is personal digital assistants. The supporting details are letters B, C, and D. The purpose of the major details is to give letter A, reasons to buy a Caller Personal Data Assistance or PDA. You are correct, class. Good work. Now for for passage 3 on the topic eating nutritious food, the correct supporting details are letters A, B, and C. And what's the purpose? The purpose of the major details is to give reasons. Alright, so your performance is getting better. Carry on, class. I know you are fired up to do more. So proceed to the next activity now. The fourth stage, which is exploration refined. In this activity, you are to write a summary. Okay? Allows you to write a summary much easier from an outline. So read the passages, although you have already read it in advance. Following after is a summary in outline form. Your task is to fill in the blanks in the outlines. Okay? So you have maybe 3 minutes to do this, class. And we're paused for another short break, Sir Ariel, to assist them in providing answers via chat box. Stay tuned, class.
Mom! Mom!
What's wrong, Rika? Are you okay?
Mom, my teacher asked me to do infomercial about our subject as part of our performance task.
That's great! I know you can do that.
I'm not sure, Mom.
But why?
I feel nervous, Mom. I am thinking of my schoolworks. I am not yet done in my modules. I don't even submitted my summative test. I am not sure if I have time to do it.
You know, Rika, it's a matter of time management and good study habits.
Time management and good study habits? What's that, Mom?
Time management is the ability to use your time productively and efficiently, while good study habits are study techniques that enhance the students to realize their full potentials.
Now I know what to do. I will make a list of things to be done and start a good study habit. In this way, I can finish my schoolworks on time without compromising the quality of my work.
You were absolutely right. When you do things without rushing, you will have the best output.
Thanks, Mom. I need to go now and I will now start managing my time.
Okay, Rika. Study well.
Always check your priorities. A gentle reminder is Chance from 99.9 Flambeau Radio.
Okay, time check. It's now 6 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock in the morning. Alright, so you have answers already in the chat box and let us see if your answers are correct. I hope you are gaining the skill in summarizing. If you have already with you, then I hope this is your time to refine it. So let's get down to the fourth activity, which is on refine. Your answer, let us see. The main idea of the passage number 1 is effective leaders encourage a high level of performance by expecting the best from their employees. The given supporting details are 1. People are likely to live up to managers' expectations. 2. Called the Pygmalion effect, that is, expect the best and you'll get it. 3. Leader who expects the best gets high achievement. And a leader who doesn't expect much gets low achievement. And 4, it pays for leaders to expect the best. Okay, did you get all those information, class, to support the central theme or idea? Okay, let's continue. Now let's get down to the next passage, which is passage number 2. So what is the main idea here? The main idea is practitioners of SLAM need to be willing to make a lot of effort to follow the rules of their faith. For the supporting details, they are the following. 1. Get up for dawn, perform ritualized cleansing, and say the first of 5 daily prayers. 2. Prayer is a priority, everything else is secondary. 3. Fasting for the month of Ramadan. 4. Pilgrimage to Mecca at least once a lifetime. 5. Paying tax or doing good to poor Muslim. And 6. Accepting Islamic beliefs. Are you still with me? Good. So let's move to the next passage. Passage number 3. Passage number 3 na tayo. So this academic text is very informative. Do you know who made the Webster Dictionary? Pangalan niya ay si Mr. Noah Webster. The main idea is Noah Webster, the creator of Webster Dictionary, wanted to free, okay, mag-i-history muna tayo, no? Wanted to free United States from Britain's linguistic influence. The supporting details to this are: 1. He coined the term American English because he wanted US to have its own unique language. 2. His changes to British spellings became popular. And 3. He purposely titled his dictionary American Dictionary of the English Language. And 4, meron pa palang 4, meron pang 5. He intentionally included thousands of American words unheard by British. And 5, Webster even criticized George Washington for wanting to hire a Scotch tutor. Okay, so those academic texts were very informative, class, no? So additional learning for us all. Okay, we're down to the final stretch, class. Are you still with me? Can you send me a thumbs up kung buhay pa kayo at gising pa kayo? We're now on the 5th stage exploration, which is nurture. Thank you, Roxanne Antonio, Jovelyn Wes Ariola, Mark, si manager yan, John Carlo, Andrea Bianca, Diane Angel Avisado, Mark Jo Marie, Reyma, and the rest of them. Okay, there are 4. Saan na ba tayo? 5th stage exploration. Okay, you're now ready to apply the techniques and what you learned from the previous activities. Your task here, class, in this activity 5 is to read each paragraph of academic text and make a summary for each. Kayo nang gagawa ng summary ngayon. Kasi naturuan naman kayo ng other techniques, di ba? Pointing out the supporting details, the general idea, putting them together, and now you're ready to put all the strategies together to come up with your own summary. So there are 4 paragraphs in each academic text. In the academic text, I should say, thus each paragraph has a summary which you will make. The title of the text, class, is bullying. So I don't need to expound on this kasi pamilyar naman kayo sa bullying. Okay? What it is and what to do about it. After having done so, rewrite your final summary that looks like an article that has, remember, an academic text is structured, it has an intro, it has body, and it has conclusion. For your guidance, a rubric is provided for you in your module to ensure that the article follows the standards in writing in an academic text. Do you have any question? Okay, on how you will answer? Perhaps I have made myself clear. And besides that, there's the directions stipulated in your module. Okay? We'll pause for a short break and then that will be the last. If you have questions, we will entertain them. And then we wrap up for this learning episode and we're done. Okay? Stay tuned, class.
Have you finished your modules yet, Jenny? I am trying to complete my EAPP module, Mom. I noticed that part of my module in all my subjects is a presence of reflection. My advisor always reminds me, though, to accomplish it no matter what. Why is that? Jenny, reflection is a powerful tool to have better learning experiences. Really, Mom? How? Doing reflection in learning is a way of allowing learners like you to step back from your learning experience, helping you to develop critical thinking skills and improve on future performance by analyzing what you have learned and how far have you reached. So, Mom, when I reflect on my learning experiences, I am given the opportunity to share my accomplishments, struggles, and moments of confusion. And that makes me more directed what to do next because I know my personal strengths and I am aware of what to focus on with my learning. In that way, my teachers will also know of the things their students need more in instruction. You got it, Jenny. Wow! Not just that, Mom. I realize that doing reflection means I am in charge of my learning and that makes me getting better each day as a student. That's my girl. A friendly reminder from the Department of Education and this station.
Alright, time check, 14 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so that is now the completion of our activity covering the topic summarizing. So we have learned the different strategies in summarizing today. And I didn't see any question from our chat box. You're still shy. Meron bang mahiyain pa sa inyo? Parang wala naman. Just PM me or you can send it via our exclusive group chat. Send your questions there and we will provide answers to that. So we are expecting your final output for this learning episode on summarizing class. Okay? So that would be all for now. Thank you for your participation. All in all, we're still 117. Okay? For those who haven't joined us today, you can watch this video because it is recorded. Okay? So thank you very much for your time and for your diligence in answering all the questions posted for today. This is Miss Michelle Yu Bayukan and my teacher buddy in EAPP is Sir Sunny Mark L. Caba. Till next time, see you in the next learning episode. And I'd like to thank my manager for today, the very beautiful and dependable Miss Joveline Nuez Ariola. And our technical engineer here, of course, the man, Mr. Ariel Alvaro. Alright, thank you very much and stay tuned class because there will be more learning episodes to be served to you. Bye for now. Thank you. See you next time.